It's day 31 out of the 90 days until we're at the Dolby. And I had this really amazing insight that I wanted to share in a video. And I went into my living room and made a couple attempts. And of course, Vivi's very cute, and she was standing next to the computer and making all this noise. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start again. And then I started again. And then we have a guest staying here, a teammate staying in our studio. And then she knocked on the door, so the dog barked. So the point started leaving. And then I decided to go outside. And Christy was just being sweet and letting the dog out, but she put the dog on a leash. So I'm trying to make the video, and the dog's just whining here. And there was a part of me that felt unseen. Now, that is not because of anything anyone else did, but I had this story show up in me. And this is so big because when it shows up, when we feel unseen, all of a sudden I can't even access the point that I was trying to make earlier. And the reason is because this is here right now. And this is showing up right now because it wants me to just feel it. There's a part of me that is identifying right now that there's something that I wanted. There's something that I expected. And that doesn't mean that anyone in the house should have given it to me. This is so huge because whenever we feel abandoned, we feel unseen, we often make it the other person's fault. And the other person sometimes is doing something and they don't know that you don't feel seen, or they're doing their own thing, or they're just doing something and they're trying to feel seen themselves, or they're working on their own thing. This is so big because the second that lump comes up, I gotta stop and feel it. So instead of me doing the video that I was about to do, this is what's coming up right now, this feeling. And it's so big that when something shows up that you look directly at it, because I can feel a little lump in my chest right now. And I'm talking about it because I want you to identify, if you want, the lumps that show up in your chest, and notice how often when that shows up, we do something instantly to distract ourselves from it. We go straight online, we go get caught up in a bunch of YouTube videos, and then that thing just sits here. And if I just instead talk about it, and I went back in and just said to Christy, I'm just feeling through feeling unseen, not like so that she would fix it. And she was just so sweet. This had nothing to do with her. It has to do with a thing in me. It has to do with something that is coming up from my childhood. It has to do with a part of me that needed to prove something or fix something to feel seen. And if I think that it's something outside of me, then that thing has all my power. I can't change until they apologize or change it. But if I realize it's triggering something in me to look at right now, then I can acknowledge it. And it gets very easy when you feel that pain to create a fix. Like, well, from now on, when we make a video, let's shoot it here, or let's blah, 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 or we'll all be quiet or something. And that stops the thing from coming up, because the thing that happened has nothing to do with why I'm in pain. That is triggering a symptom of something deeper. And when we just allow ourselves to sit with it or communicate it and say, this is something that was hurting me, that doesn't mean you need to change. It just means I just want you to know I'm stuck in this, or write it out, or meditate, or feel, and just let it be there without trying to figure out why or what to do about it. This is kind of similar to something I said yesterday, but it's so important that when it's here, we allow it to be seen. We allow it to be released, because you are the space that's looking at it. And you can say amazing things and give amazing things and do amazing things also from this place. It's just so important that when it shows up, we don't run from it. It's so important that when it shows up and you feel a lump in your chest, you decide, I'm okay with sitting with this lump in my chest. Then you become bigger than that story. You become the space. You become all of it. And you release that little you. You release that you that felt unseen when you were a kid. And then you see you. Because that little me that feels unseen needs to be seen by me. And every time I fix, it's like I'm avoiding another kid at a park. If you picture another kid at the park going, no one sees me. And I'm like, well, let's get on Facebook, or let's eat something, or let's just fix it. That kid doesn't feel seen. And what that kid needs is for it to be okay that they say they feel unseen, and have you sit with them and hold them and let them be there. Just stay with it.